Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? I am your host, H. Foley, coming at you from beautiful Astoria, Queens in New York, where the bodies are stacking high, my friends. It's getting a little dicey in the neighborhood. My co-host bugged out of town at the first sign of trouble. He's coming at you from an undisclosed location somewhere in southern New Jersey. 222 Wildwood Crest Boulevard. Wildwood.
You keep your fucking mouth shut, jerk off.
Down there on Coors Light Party Ball Way. Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Hey, happy to be here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the new listeners and stuff like that. We appreciate all the new subscribers. Please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. You can subscribe on YouTube for the full video as well. And we appreciate all the support, guys.
Very nice. And, of course, our very special guest today, we are so happy to have him here, our good pal and incredibly funny stand-up comedian, Kippy. Check out this fucking rap sheet on this fucking guy. You got Gotham Comedy Live going back. You got Comedy Knockout. This week at the Comedy Cellar, he's got his own special on Comedy Central called I'll Say This, which broke every single digital download record that those fucking bozos had over there. The kid came in and fucking smashed it open.
Good night.
Tours all over the world. Tours with Mr. Bill Burr. Has his own podcast called The Virzi Effect on all things comedy, and is going to be in the brand new Judd Apatow, Pete Davidson movie that was supposed to be coming out at South by Southwest, but the Corona fucking had something to say about that. But it's going to be in theaters very soon, and we are so happy to have him here. Ladies and gentlemen, the kid, Mr. Paul Virzi, everybody.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that. That was, I wish my wife heard that.
Got a little fucking respect over here, huh?
Yeah, but she's downstairs cursing me while she's working from home dealing with the kids, and you're up here, yelling at some of my accolades. Great to be here with you guys, man.
It's all true, my friend. You know how much we love you. All those accomplishments, Paul, it's unbelievable. We have to find out, are you garbage?
I don't think so, man. I've traveled with Mr. Virzi. You know, we've done a lot of shows together. The guy is all class through and through.
Yeah, but you know what, Kev? That's now. I was a piece of shit.
That's what I think. I think he might have been. You might have had some garbage tendencies growing up. You know, you're from Jersey, right?
No. I'm from New York. I'm actually born in Yonkers. I'm a Westchester guy.
Gotcha.
A lot of people think I'm from Jersey because I always shit on it. So since I always shit on it, Bill Burr called me the Pride of Trenton. So now everywhere I go, people are like, Jersey. And I'm like, no, dude, it's because I hate it there.
Yeah.
But I'm a New Yorker, man.
Which we found out a lot, especially like the white suburbs outside of a city. There's a lot of trashy characteristics in those families. Like we're both from outside Philly. And there's a lot of trashy tendencies that, you know, when somebody in the family gets a couple of bucks and they move out to like Westchester or somewhere or Long Island or something, they don't shake the trashiness.
I'm saying this.
Listen, you are what you are.
Yeah, dude, it's there. It's there. I think Virzi can try to hide it with the Lexuses and the big house out in Westchester and the cats and the dogs. But I think deep down, he's got a little stank on him, I think.
See, I disagree. Paul has always come across to me. He looks like a guy to me that irons his underwear. Like everything's tight. The sneakers are always fresh. Nice T-shirt. Nice watch on. That's fucking classy. Nice pair of jeans. And I know his situation now, his wife and his kids, that's a tightly run organization out there.
Yeah, and for as much as you know what? That's actually a really good like way to look at it. But my wife is totally the general. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I understand.
that trickles down a little bit. Like, yes, I do like a clean pair of kicks. Yes, I do like, but my wife, you want to talk about a tight ship, and you guys will meet her. I want you guys to come up here whenever this madness is over. But like,
I've met her.
Not fuck around. Yeah, you met her. You met her at.
I met her a couple of times. Yeah.
But when you see her in her element, like when you watch her like discipline the kids, but also like host a party, it's like Jordan in '96. Like Jordan '96, like just killing the Jazz. Like that's her.
Yeah.
See, but I think that counts. I think that elevates you.
100%.
Elevates you in a certain way, and it takes you out of the garbage status. And also, the vibe I get from you and talking to you is your mom ran a tight ship, didn't you? You grew up living with your mom, and your parents were divorced, correct?
Yeah, parents got divorced when I was 5. My brother was 10. My mother remarried, you know, and my stepfather's been in my life basically since I'm whatever, like 5, 6 years old. And yeah, I mean, my mom and I always had a cool relationship. My mom.
But I got the vibe that you learned a lot from her, and that you're the way you are because of her, and that she ran a tight ship growing up.
I don't, you know what? I
This
don't.
could just be in my head. This could be the storyline I made in my head about you. I also paint her as an amazing cook. Is that true?
Well, here's the thing. Yes, she was definitely a good cook. Tight ship. Here's the thing. My mom kind of felt bad about the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So when I acted up,
Oh man.
you know, when I got arrested or when I was doing the stupid shit that I was doing with the drinking and the partying, yeah, she like disciplined me, but she more came at me hurt. Like, why is this happening? And like, she kind of was like I didn't get hit. Like my mom, like the only time she hit me, she just lost it and she broke a vacuum over my back.
Jesus Christ.
And
You're blowing my whole investigation here.
Yeah.
Keep a lid on it, will you? I'm trying to get you out of this.
But you know what? Me and my mom, you know, really did have, to save your theory, me and my mom really always did have have like this kind of special relationship and bond where whenever I would go through things, and here's the thing about me, dude, and we'll get into it with your game. I did some really fucked up shit, and I did some things that I'm not proud of, and I did some things that if my children did, I would be like, oh my God. But during all of that, getting arrested, doing juvenile delinquent shit when I was younger, they were like, yeah, but he's respectful, which is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Like teachers would be like, he's like the nicest, we love him, but like he like robbed the cafeteria,
Yeah,
or something like that.
He's skimming the cafeteria registers, but he is shaking everybody's hand on the way out. He's a good fucking guy, that Virzi.
Virzi's
Yeah, like-
fucking Jimmy the Gent over here. I like
Yeah,
it.
like, dude, I remember one time there was this dude, and I don't want to say names because they listen to this shit, but there was this kid. He was bigger than me, Italian kid, and he made fun of this girl that I went to school with. She had really bad eyesight. She was almost like legally blind. And when you're in middle school and the book is this close, people would make fun of you. And I remember one time she was like crying. And she's like, he made fun of me. He said this. And I called the fucking kid over. And I was like, you're not leaving.
Talk to you for a second? Can I talk to you for a second? Hey, get over here.
I bullied the bully. I made him get on all fours. And he had to bark like a dog in front of all the 7th graders or he
Jesus.
wasn't leaving.
That is some fucking guinea shit right there. I love it.
Man. Paul puts down his espresso. Excuse me for a second.
So then it was like, what do you say to my parents? You're like, well, wait a minute. He stopped the bullying, but
Yeah.
then humiliated a kid.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, what can I do?
One hand washes the other. What do you want from me?
That's
Dude,
like that,
the
man.
only way to
That's
poke
it's
fun
very Bronx tale. So
Well,
like when you were younger and you would hijack like a truck of cigarettes, you would make sure you slipped the driver $50.
Yeah.
So
Always give him a little something to take home.
Yeah.
A little
you
something
might
for
know
the-
who I am, but we
Yes.
know who you are.
And then he goes into a diner and blames it on a black guy.
I didn't know any of this. We tried to
You believe this?
juvenile delinquency. I'm hearing these words. I gotta try to defend this case over here.
Oh man, yeah. If you were my attorney, we would be going down full.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Well, if Foley's your attorney, you're in bad shape for even if it's a parking ticket, Virzi. You're fucked.
You have a cocktail now. You drink now, right or no?
I will have a
Listen.
cocktail now and then.
Can I tell you how classy this guy is? We were in
That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing all this fucking.
we were in
beating up
Houston.
lunch ladies.
we were in Houston, and you go on the road. A lot of people are like, oh, let's go to a dive bar, a titty bar, or something. He's
Yeah,
going.
you told me this. You went to
He's-
get a nice dinner. Where'd you guys go? Capitol Grill or something like that?
True Lux.
True Locks. But even before that, that just happened kind of sporadically. After the first night, he's like, let's go. He's like looking up nice wine bars. We go to this place. We ordered like a $70 cheese and meat board. You know what I mean? He's tasting red wines and Cabernets and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, I can get used to this shit.
Oh, dude, we were loving that night, both nights.
He's going, taste this meat. Oh, this meat right here with that cheese. Forget about it.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's just fucking casing the joint, trying to have an alibi for something for all we know.
You know what it is though, man? Like I came up and I stayed in those shitty condos
Mhm.
and I would make that feature money, which was like, and sometimes when you're a new feature, they're like, yeah, we'll give you $400 for the weekend, but you got to get here.
Yeah.
And so you're eating so bad and shitty. And I always said to myself, when I get to a certain point of my career, all those beatings, I'm going to try to mend those by doing this.
Yeah.
So now it's like, and listen, I got a wife and kids. So me and you going to a cigar lounge, even though it happened to be an all black club.
which was the most insane. Us realizing we were in an all black club. We're like, what the heck? Oh, okay.
It was one of the scariest turned amazing times ever because we decide, because we were at the club. Oh, wait, do we have time for this or?
Yeah. By all means.
So I'm like, dude, let's go to a cigar lounge. I was like, we're in Houston. Let's go to a cigar lounge. And Kev is like, which I love. Why I love working with Kev is not only is he fucking hilarious, but he's kind of like is my speed. So I'm like, dude, let's go to a cigar lounge. We'll get a couple of drinks, smoke a cigar. And he was like, yeah. So we get in this Uber. And all of a sudden, the guy turns down the block, and he's like, yeah, it's right there.
It's not a good block. I got to
yeah, it looked like it was a little like, oh, dude, you sure we're in the right? And then
it looked like one of the streets from Friday. You know what I mean? I was waiting for Big Worm to come down the street in the ice cream van.
I like Paulie trying to dance around it a little bit. It's funny.
It was like in Vacation when they wrote Honky Lips on his.
Oh yeah.
So, we get there and they're like, people outside smoking, and me and Kevin are the only white people there, which was totally fine. But then we go in and we realize not only is this, because a lot of cigar lounges, especially in New York City too, are definitely like urban crowd, or you know what I mean? And let's be honest, dude, black dudes know how to relax.
They know a good recliner when they see one, Daddy.
Dude,
those leather chairs were perfect.
Yeah, dude, they got the game on. They're like, let's bring our friends. We'll have a good time. So we go in there, but not only is it like a club, it's a member club. And then it was like the United Negro Chamber of Commerce, and they had like a wall of fame.
Yeah.
And there's just all these headshots, and the guy, like me and Kevin were like, you guys like mind if we're here?
Yeah, it was like we broke into the NAACP and we're like having cigars.
Awesome. Who was on that wall? Who was some throwbacks that were on the cast of What's Happening's up there?
It was so, and then they were so nice to us. They were like, listen, anything you want, just go in there. Like, and then like there were like local politicians coming in and like shaking hands.
Yeah, it was wild.
Going like, hey man, I'm running for so and so. But one of the funniest things ever was, and I don't know if Kevin, if you remember this, we're sitting in a private room which was in the humidor. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this guy walks in and he goes, hey man, what's going on, man? Nice to meet you. And he's shaking everybody's hand. And he shakes our hand. He goes, yeah, I'm running for town mayor or whatever. And me and Kevin, like, jokingly, were like, dude. I was like, yeah, dude, we'll tell people, man, try to get you those. He goes, nah, man, I'm going to win that shit.
Yeah. We're like, hey, good luck. He's like, it don't matter. I'm going to win that shit anyway. We're like, all right, man.
Yeah, he's like, no, I don't need it. I'm just in here to shake hands. I'm going to win that shit.
Yeah, he's got a big cigar. Doesn't matter. I don't fucking matter. Dude, it was great. Such a good time.
And then we had, what do we have? Quesadilla they had there?
Yeah, there was like an event. They're like, there's some quesadillas in the corner. So like, dude, we're eating old quesadillas, and like we're making and eating old quesadillas in the corner of this, and like all these black dudes are just looking at these two random white guys in their club eating fucking quesadillas.
That was so fun, man. That was a night to remember how nice they treated us and how great that place was.
They were like, I don't know, I guess it was like Southern hospitality too, where like you would like go order a drink, and we're so like New York, like, yeah, let me get 2 beers, and then you like walk away. They were like, do you want this? Do you want that? How's your night? You'd have a 5-minute conversation, getting a drink.
I walked out of the humidor to the bathroom, and the bartender yelled over to me, like, no, man, you guys need something, you good? And I was like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I love that Southern hospitality, baby.
I thought you two were feds. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they thought we were on the job.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not seeing any garbage there. That's very good. I'm surprised about these antics of Mr. Virzi's youth. But let's get into the game here. Let's ask a couple of questions. We're going to find out what's what, okay?
All right,
Kippy, do you want to kick it off, or do you want me to, pal?
You can go, buddy.
I want to work backwards a little bit because, like I said, I know the household you're in now is run very tight. Okay?
Yes.
That's the image I get of you. And I know you said your wife is a large component of that, but don't sell yourself short. You would have to be too. Otherwise, she's got just one extra kid. But I just want to work backwards because you had said something that I don't think is garbage, but people might think is garbage. I remember you saying, do you remember when you said that they left the pizza out for you on the counter?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a bit, listen, any leftovers, if like dinner's being made and I'm coming home a couple of hours later, I don't want it put in the fridge. I want it left out on the counter.
That's just because you can eat it faster, you fat fucking idiot.
Well, once you put pizza in the fridge, you can still capture that freshness of when the pie was ordered.
Foley's like, what do you think? I'm going to open a door?
Yeah, you want to open a door and then a box and then put it in the oven? What are you, nuts?
It's not that. It's not. It's the process of refrigeration. Well, things like that made me endear to Virzi. But like I said, I want to work back. I'm dragging on here.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Let's get into it. Hit this fucking guy with something. Jesus Christ, you're talking about pizza. Let's go.
Have you ever hired a local clown to perform at your kid's birthday party? Let's cut the bullshit.
Is that a serious question or not?
That's a serious question.
I have not.
Dude, growing up, the kid in my neighborhood, his mom was the local clown Giggles.
Oh.
Mrs. Conover, dude, and she would come to the school, and that poor kid got fucking roasted all day long. I felt bad for him, but Jesus Christ. If your mom's the clown, that's a tough look.
I just picture him screaming at her, saying, "Can you stop this at night? With makeup off?"
She's juggling and shit.
She's sitting there just pulling the long thing out of her mouth.
Dude, that's gotta be rude. Dude, that's up there. Like, that's just a shade under prostitute. If you found out your mother was turning tricks or she's the local clown, there's something about the turning tricks that you respect a little more.
There's a little more secrecy to it, at least. At least not everybody knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little more authority. Jesus Christ,
yeah, it was tough.
Brutal.
All right, what was your first car?
My first car was a Ford Festiva. The tiny, it was the tiny 2-door. It had no, a lady in Florida had to get rid of it because of no air conditioner. So it was a tiny 2-door mint condition. We got it for $800 when I was 16.
Oh man,
how the fuck do you live in Westchester, New York? How do you get a car from Florida?
This lady, I guess
it's garbage. Whatever the answer is, if you're buying a car fucking 12 states away, some things aren't going that well.
So no, here's what happened. My stepfather drove a UPS. He met this lady, and he was like, "Wow, that Ford is like brand new condition." She goes, "Yeah, I'm going to Florida. I can't take it. It doesn't have an air conditioner."
Oh, okay.
So then he goes, "Oh, well, my stepson is looking for a car," and she was like, "It's pretty much brand new, $800, and the thing was mint."
That's a good deal right there. Can't take a stick.
My friends, beat the shit out of me and broke my balls because it was tiny and small.
Yeah.
I remember they called it the pimple. They said I was driving a pimple around.
What color was it?
It was like a maroonish burgundy.
It's always tough when you can't pinpoint the exact color of your car. They're like, "What color?" You're like, "Well, it's kind of like a teal with the."
It's like an off red.
Yeah. When you can't just say it's red or tan or blue, it's fucking
Inside that car, Paul, did you have any fuzzy dice hanging, or did you have the Italian horn?
I was never, the only thing I ever hung up in any car would be one of those like little tree air fresheners.
Okay.
Classy.
People will say trashy. I say very respectable.
Yeah,
today, with all the choices you have at the car wash, it's still the fucking best, the best idea to go with the tree. I love the tree.
Yeah, I was more of the scent in the car, smelling. Don't get me wrong. Some of them I would go like a cologne scent.
Yeah, I've done that too. Like black ice or something.
No fuzzy dice balls, no disco ball, nothing like that would make lights. You know the way people do that shit. No lights, no dice, nothing like that, and no Italian horns, nothing like that.
Did you put a sound system or speakers or a head unit in that car?
No, I had a full-fledged. I had a kicker. I had a system.
The songs, buddy.
Garbage. You're garbage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had the amplifier, dude. You heard my shit coming from. I had a system in my car that was more than my car.
Yeah. Oh man, that is pure trash right there.
Here's even more. But see, listen, I got one for you. Now I don't know how you guys on your show. By the way, your podcast is dope.
Thanks. It's just fun. It's just fun riffing about
This is a dope podcast because I feel like I'm being interrogated to find out if I'm a piece of shit.
And let me tell you something, buddy. It ain't looking good.
I got your fingerprints all over a hefty bag right now.
I got 2 sheriffs waiting outside the house at this point. Go ahead.
Menace to Society. He goes, you know, you fucked up, right? You know, you fucked up.
You know,
10 o'clock. But no, but I got one for you, and I want to ask you guys on your show, how would you categorize this? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I go to a casino with 2 of my buddies. Okay, I'm under 20 at the time. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm 17 at the time. Go to a casino with my buddies, Mohegan Sun. It was right when 3-card poker first came out. You guys know you can play 3-card poker, right?
Yeah.
I go with my buddy. I end up winning $2,000 on a hand because I kept getting a flush. And my buddy next to me, who was kind of a gambling degenerate at the time, goes, dude, fuck this. I'm going 50 on the next one. We keep getting flushes. I go, I'm with you. I put down 50. A straight flush pays 40 to 1. So $2,000 I hit. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget the cards. It was Queen, King, Ace, Diamonds. I'm going, dude, when he flips it over, I think I fucking won. Flips it over. The whole table goes nuts. $2,000. Here's what I do. I take 100 of the $2,000. I give it to my friend for just being next to me during that moment.
Class act right there.
I take another one, go to my other friend who was gambling, and I say, here, man, you came. This is 100 for you. Then I take 100, and I play roulette and lose it. Now I have 17. I cashed out, and I bought myself a Toyota Tercel, which lasted me for 3 years after that. So it's half garbage, but then it's half kind of like, oh, what is that?
That's pretty trashy, to be honest with you. The only people that I've known that drove Toyota Tercels were not upstanding citizens. They used to buy me beer back in the day.
That's true.
I'm going to give it to you on the Tercel. I think everything that you said in that story was 100% classy, except for the fact that you knew the cards that gave you the flush that won you under $10,000 at a casino about 15 or so years ago.
Well,
that's
listen.
I had an ace king, 2 jack, 3 2. I put it on a fucking river and look the fuck out. I got $600 in my pocket. That's garbage.
Do you remember the first girl you made out with, or the first time you had sex?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the first time you won $2,000 at 17 years old.
That's true. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I was a big gambler too. I get it.
Dude, when you're 17 and you get $15, you're like, dude, we're going to the movies and McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
All right, I'll give you that. This is pretty.
I know, but dude, there's nothing good about that story. There's no like, and then we went to the Ritz-Carlton. You went to Mohegan Sun, underage. You're playing 3-card poker. You and your jerk-off buddies win $2,000, and you buy a used car. Like, there's no like premier thing about that.
What'd you do with the Fiesta?
Yeah. The only thing that would have been worse is if I was like, and then we went to an OTB in the Tercel. And we gambled on the ponies for the last 4 hours.
Yeah. Then we went to a cockfight, really.
Oh my God,
this is fun. I like this game.
That's so funny, dude. All right, I got another one. Have you ever eaten at a strip club?
I think they asked me to, and I refused it.
Yeah.
I was super, super young, and they had like a deli.
Oh, no, you can't do a deli. You could do a steak, a chicken finger, something. You can't do sliced meats at a fucking...
Dude, I walk into a strip club and see a boar's head counter. I'm fucking out. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I saw a guy at a strip club when I was young eating a salad, dude. It was the fucking grossest thing. I'm not even joking. I actually got nauseous and said to my friend, "We have to leave." No, and I mean, like, I think they had like a dressing station. It was fucking, it was like the middle of the Charlie Brown's where you could get your own croutons and shit, dude. It was fucking gross.
Oh, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard, dude. That's terrible.
Oh my God.
All right, Foley, what do you got? That's fucking...
Oh, that's fucking trash. All right, I want to go back a little bit. You grew up in an apartment house? What'd you grow up in, Paul?
When they got divorced, it went from a really nice house to me and my brother living with my mom in an apartment.
Okay, and then when she got remarried?
An apartment for a little bit, and then moved upstate to a house.
Okay. At any time in that journey, was there ever did you have a porch anywhere, like a little back stoop or something like that?
when they first got divorced when I was younger, like elementary school, we had a thing where you walked out and it was kind of like a patio on the second floor.
Okay, now let me ask you something. On that patio, Paul, was it covered in AstroTurf?
Oh, that's a tough look.
Oh my God, it was.
Oh, shit.
Wait a minute, dude. I'm not even joking around, dude. You just freaked me out, man.
The SVU song should have started playing right there.
Dude, I'm not even joking around. Wow, man. Like, first of all, and the way you creepily looked into the Zoom camera and pointed with a pen and goes, now let me ask you, Paul. Like I'm getting interrogated. It did because, but here's the thing. It was like a nice neighborhood. So, but maybe it was like, I don't know. Like, if it was, there was like a green, like AstroTurf up there. So when we went out there to play, yeah.
Dude, we had that shit on my grandparents' porch. I used to fucking rip my knees up. It was. Yeah.
Wow, dude, that freaked me out.
Oh, man.
Oh, Kippy, this kid says I got a module.
Does anyone in your family own a pontoon boat?
No.
Dude.
Come on.
No boat.
Dude, a pontoon boat you can't fish on it, you can't water ski, that's just for drinking, dude. A pontoon boat is like alcoholics, like, get a couple of bucks together and go on the water.
My cousins have one or had one from upstate PA that they used to take out on Harvey's Lake.
Yeah, we have friends over here on a lake that some of them do, and it literally is just for, like, they'll be like, oh, the kids go tubing, and it's like, yeah, you're drinking the whole time.
Yeah, you're drinking the whole day. Yeah. No, trust me, they're a good time. I'm not shitting on them. Oh, yeah. My uncle's got one. We go out fucking Coors Lights all day. Don't get it twisted.
Dude, these questions are incredible.
Well, on that same tip, Paul, what about have you ever owned a jet ski?
No, but I do like when I go to not all the time, but sometimes I get a little hankering to go on the jet ski when I am down at because every year we get a house down at the shore, sometimes like right near the ocean, usually like last week of August. And we'll either pick, like, do you want to golf? Do you want to do this? And sometimes, occasionally, I'll be like, yeah, let's just go and whip around on the jet skis. But no, I've never owned one.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
They're a good time.
It all checks out.
I got one. Yeah. Anyone in your family ever collect Marlboro miles? Remember them? They were big in the fucking 90s.
I think I tried it when I was in high school to be cool with friends. Like when I was like 16, when I smoked Marlboro mediums. But no, I can't say like it was ever like there was nobody in my family doing that.
If you think I didn't have a fucking a red Marlboro sleeping bag, I for sure did, and I was saving up for the canoe and the Wrangler. That's what I wanted. The canoe and the Jeep, the Marlboro Jeep Wrangler, baby. That thing was fucking mean. I love how they
just lured people in to get a beautiful truck.
Oh, dude, like you had to smoke 9 boatfuls of fucking cigarettes. By the time
you got to the fucking truck, you'd have emphysema. Dude. So ridiculous. That's hilarious, though. No, I never did that.
Oh, that's great.
For a minute, though, I remember people wearing a Marlboro leather jacket.
They were big, dude. Yeah, I mean, like that was back when they could still like advertise and do shit. You can't do that anymore. But
you know how criminal that is if you think about it.
Dude, I was a 12-year-old kid like collecting cigarette memorabilia. Like, yeah, I want the fucking, I want the Marlboro school bag. And
Joe Camel.
Joe
fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
He had a guest spot on fucking Gummy Bears one time. I remember he rolled in.
His agent calls him. He's like, "Dude, we're moving up in the world. Care Bears want you to jump in the fucking."
It's not definite yet, but they asked about you.
Dude, you play your cards right. We're moving up the Smurfs.
You ever see that lady Smurf? I'm not a bad set of rack on that kid. I'll tell you that. Paul, who cuts the grass now at your place? You have a lot of land up there. How many?
Yeah, we have like a group of guys like come every like Thursday when like not yet, but like pretty soon they come every Thursday and they knock it out because it's a lot of land. Like I couldn't do it.
So you got a landscaper. That's pretty good.
We have a landscaper. They're awesome. They've been our guys for here since we moved here like 7 years ago.
Well, before that,
Foley, get up on the mic a little bit. Sorry, you got low for some reason.
Before that, growing up, did you ever have an electric lawnmower?
Like the one you sit on? The tractor?
No, I'm saying
you plug it in
into a wall to cut the grass outside.
No, never an electric. No.
No electric lawnmower. It's got a
No
full-time landscaper. Kippy, not too shabby. I'm going to
Dude,
say that right now.
He's class now. He's fucking through and through class. Do you ever see when he does his Instagram videos? He'll do an Instagram video like, yeah, just at the house, and he's got like a perfect crease in his t-shirt. I'm like, did this fucking guy go through wardrobe already? What the fuck's going on?
Deer and shit running around in the backyard. You know what we have to ask him? We have to know, and I'm sure it's not, I think it's going to be a yes. Mr. Virzi, in your garage.
Oh, now, yeah.
Do you have a refrigerator in that garage right now?
No, we don't.
You don't have a garage fridge?
No, we're actually, since like I told you, our garage was really the least classy. You want to talk about Are You Garbage? That was the one thing we needed to do. And then once this pandemic happened, we got a dumpster here. We gutted it. But my wife and I are currently discussing if it's worth it to have like one of those freezers where
those are nice,
where you put the steaks and so like you could just have, and especially something like that would work now during a pandemic when you're just loaded up on that. But as of now, we've never had anything like that in the refrigerator. I mean, in the garage, refrigerator wise.
All right, let me throw something at you. When you grew up, you didn't have a garage fridge, correct?
Never.
All right, well, you're talking to two kids that did. All right, now let me sell you. You love your kids, don't you, Paul? You love your kids? Listen.
What is it going to take to get you in a two-door Kenmore right now, Paul?
I'm telling you, they're still young enough. All right, get the freezer if you want it. Go to Sears, grab a freezer, throw some meat in there, some venison steaks, whatever you want to cook up on a Sunday. But get a fridge. Find a cousin or somebody that's getting rid of the fridge.
Well, no, we have another fridge.
We have another fridge. What?
We have another fridge downstairs that's not in the garage.
Okay, all right.
All right.
As long as you're two fridge people, that's all that matters.
Oh, yeah, no, we stock up on the drinks on this downstairs one.
Perfect.
All right.
You had me scared there for a moment. I was canceling all my opening dates for Virzi. I'm like, this guy doesn't have two fucking. He lives in the suburbs. They even got two fucking fridges.
I thought I fucking knew the guy. Jesus.
Start fucking ignoring my texts when I ask you to go on the road.
Yeah, can you open for me at the garden? I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Throw my phone.
So you have
the fucking cooler to
So you have the kids' drinks down there, right? You got the
well, like
Suns.
it'll be like we like to throw little like parties here. Whether sometimes it's our neighbors or just a few people. So what we'll do is the downstairs fridge, which is off of our family room, we'll just stock it up with sodas, waters, and beers. And that's kind of like the stash of like, you know.
Yeah, the go-to. There's nothing better than a fully stocked second fridge. There's no butter in the way. There's no cheese. No ketchup. You're just fucking get a beer, get a soda, get a nice pop. And
that refrigerator is all business and everybody knows it.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love a good second fridge.
There's a line out the door for that fridge. You got a bouncer in the front. I love it. How are you on the snacks for the kids? As a former fat kid, I'd like to know.
And as a current fat man, what are you talking about?
What do you entertain the kids with? You get them Capri Suns, High Seas. What do they get?
My kids are big on like chips, pretzels. They like don't get me wrong, they like a good Dorito every now and then. Doritos. Then they got these fruit bars that they eat. Oreos. My kids are really bad with candy though, man. Candy.
Really?
Bad. Like bad. My son will eat like Airheads all day. My son had like cavities when we went. Yeah.
Love a good Airhead though.
Kid. Yeah. Oh man, an Airhead is
an Airhead's a tough one to just walk away from.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember when they hit probably in like 96 or something, dude. Those things were fucking great.
Dude, you ever steal candy?
Not really. I don't think so.
I think you have. You know why? Because you said it twice. That's why you look guilty. You ever steal candy? How you guys supposed to steal candy? I know a guy's got a car who steal candy.
I'll tell you one I did. Oh, this is trash. I'm going to admit it to you on the podcast.
Oh, God.
Dude, I was such a delinquent guinea.
All the Smarties in the fucking bag now. Let's go.
Dude, put the warheads in the bag. Let's go. Don't look at me.
Put the cash down with the Twizzlers. No, so we go to the supermarket and I was with my mother and she's shopping and this is true. I used to do this when I first started doing stand-up. And we get in the car and she goes, "Where did you get that? It's not on the receipt. I just had a big chunk of sharp provolone cheese." Like, and like the block. like the fucking block. And I just started cutting it, eating it, because my dad used to eat the shit when we were little.
That is the most skinny shit I've ever heard in my life.
This guy's stealing fucking ragut at the fucking.
Dude, I used to steal.
He's like Janice Rossi sneaking. She's got the fucking meats and shit. She's coming out of her trench coat.
Do you guys remember the Aaron Boone home run?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The Aaron Boone home run against that was actually the year before the Red Sox won it, but in 2003 he hits that. I was hammered at a bar in New York, running up to guys that were cheering from Boston before when they thought they were going to win, talking shit. In almost a blackout, I went into a bodega in Manhattan, and I literally just started shoving hunks of sharp provolone and bags of gummy bears down my pants. And I just fucking...
That's insane, dude.
Dude, I used to steal cheese and gummy bears. That was like I was like a serial sharp provolone and gummy bears thief.
That's how the cops catch you.
Yeah.
It's him again, Sarge.
Yeah,
Gummy bears and sharp provolone.
The constipated bandit.
He left the cash, went right for the provolone.
He hasn't shit in 3
what
weeks.
happened. The sticks of salami and cheese is gone.
Dude, that is the most fucking Guido shit in the world.
You ask us, do you ever steal candy? And then you say you go in and you stole a wheel of provolone. Oh, my God.
That is true, buddy.
That's like a little Italian kid is stocking stuff with provolone. And fucking...
he's puffing on a piece of salami.
Holy shit.
The fat cop understood.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I get it. You know what I mean? Oh, dude.
I'm going to cut you a break, okay?
Oh, my
Tell
God.
me where the rest of the provolone is, and I'll let you go.
Oh, this is fun.
I think I got a good one. What kind of because I know your dad is like, I mean, I don't know your dad, but I know from your hanging out with him.
You know my dad from my act.
I know your dad from your act, who is like the most Italian guy, it seems.
Oh my God.
The Bronx, fucking. What kind of cologne does he wear?
Ooh.
You know what? My dad is not really a cologne guy. My dad is a shoes and watch guy. If
Gotcha.
my dad judges a man on what's on his feet and what's on his wrist. That's it. Like,
That's funny.
One of the funniest things my dad ever said, me and my brother still laugh about it today. He's driving a Mercedes, me and my brother in the car, and this grown man, this guy just drives by in like a beat up, rusty, shitty Hyundai. And my dad just starts shaking his head and he goes, "You see that, boys?" He goes, "A grown man. It's disgraceful." It was like, so we did, as much as my dad is that guy on stage, and sometimes he's a little brash and sometimes he says things that really upset people, he did in some weird way instill like that you got to kind of be a fucking gentleman in a way.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Oh, man, that's fucking great.
Clean sneaks and a nice watch.
He's like, "Listen, we may steal, but you're going to steal with my shoes on."
We may steal, from purveyors of meats and stuff, but we will, we'll look good while we do it.
Oh.
Yeah, the cops saw your footprints, but those are going to be some good footprints. Those good shoes.
Yeah.
This is something I always thought was classy. Some people would consider it trashy, but a lot of my Italian friends growing up, they always did this. When you were growing up, what time did you have dinner on Sunday?
Is that like noon?
Like 2 o'clock?
Oh my God, dude! These
Sunday
questions
dinner?
are fucking perfect, dude. Sunday was always a little earlier.
Yeah.
So Sunday, Sunday would be, and growing up, Sunday was a visitation day for my dad. So me and my brother would go to my grandmother's, and he would have like a Sunday pasta, and it would almost be like a late afternoon type thing.
Right.
So Sundays for me were a little different just because of the visitation days, by the court and stuff. But we would go to my grandmother's and have an amazing 100% Sicilian, came here from Sicily when she was 10 years old. So the sauce and the meatballs and everything was nuts, but it was usually earlier during the day. And then after that stopped, when it was all of us at home, it would still be probably like 5-ish would be Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would say weekdays would be somewhere between like now, like 6:30 and 7, like the latest.
Yeah. See, I think that's classy, an early Sunday dinner. Supper is what we used to call it.
Yes.
I don't know if that's garbage. We called it supper.
Yeah, I think the later you have dinner, the shittier of you grew up.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely had some late dinners for sure.
Those families who were like 9:45.
Yeah, dude. I definitely had a couple of 9:15ers in there for sure.
I was an 8-year-old kid heating up a lean cuisine at 11:30.
Yeah. My mom worked nights, jerk off. This came up too. I doubt.
Clown. Go ahead, what?
Did you guys leave the TV on while you ate dinner? Maybe definitely not on Sunday, but at all. No, we just found out.
No, they didn't like. That's the thing. And one thing I'm trying to instill in my kids is because they'll have the phones out, and I'm like, I'm really big on like this is the time where we talk and we're kind of talk about our day and and be together instead of that shit. So
yeah. That's good. Foley, we just learned Foley watched every meal they had. They would watch TV. They had a TV in the kitchen too.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's
wow.
Yeah, to talk about animal, huh? These fucking the Foleys
I'm like, wait a minute. You're fucking. You're this guy sitting here interrogating me,
breaking your balls over two fridges.
We're garbage, babe. Come on.
Salisbury steak, fucking Salisbury steak TV dinner.
Dude, Salisbury steak. We were just talking about that yesterday.
With the cranberry dessert that was fucking horrible. Or the fucking brownie that was like chewy on the end.
Buddy, the brownie was all right. Some corn would always get into the brownie.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
I said, what kind of steak and dessert can be all cooked at the same temperature and still come out good? Like, dude, never once has my mom put everything once in the oven and it all came out all right. I don't get.
Yeah, how do you think we know what to ask, Paul? We're garbage.
Trash. These are all the questions come from our life at some point.
I go on a lot of podcasts sometimes and I'm just like, it's the same shit. Mm-hmm. It's let's talk about this, let's talk about that. But when you have like a specific show like this, not only does the time go by, it's like a nostalgia. Like you guys are bringing me back to some shit where I'm going like, I needed this during this pandemic.
Great, man. Happy to do it. That's what like the listeners are like. It's so funny. They all comment and shit like, oh, I did this. I did that. It really resonates with people. It's cool to see.
I think the show is going to be a fucking hit. It's already, I love it. So
thank you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that. Just a couple more questions and we're going to get you out of here.
Whatever you want, man. I'm not going anywhere.
He's got nowhere to go. We got him by the balls right now.
No, my wife wants me to help the kids with the homework, so fire away.
What was your favorite cartoons or characters growing up when you were a little kid? Saturday morning cartoons. You got a fucking bowl of cereal in front of you. What are you watching?
I mean, let's be honest. For me, like Bugs Bunny is Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Bugs was. I mean, I did really enjoy the coyote getting fucked up all the time.
Great
because you just knew it was coming. I also liked the fucking the weird. What was the weirdo? The rooster. He
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, Foghorn Leghorn. He's a fucking weirdo, dude. Like if Foghorn Leghorn was a person in real life and that was like your neighbor, you'd fucking not chill. Like he's a weirdo.
Yeah, he was a bit odd.
Yeah, he repeated himself. He had a stutter. He was fucking, but. Bugs Bunny to me was Jordan, and I liked them all, dude. I liked them all. I'm a big what's it called, Pepe Le Pew fan.
Okay.
Love Pep. Pep was good shit.
Yeah, just smooth.
I'm glad that you answered that way because it leads into the real question that I wanted to ask you. Do you or any member of your family have any Looney Tunes tattoos on your body? Or Looney Tunes jackets. Okay.
Absolutely not. That's a hard no for everybody. Thank God.
Have you ever seen anybody that has one of those?
I have.
Yeah, that's a tough look. That's no good. You're not running for Congress with one of those for sure.
Dude, I knew a guy, I'm pretty sure he had the Tasmanian Devil. Dude.
Oh, dude, the Taz was big in the 90s. Big.
Because people thought for some reason, because he was like the rebel, and he was like the one who was wild, that that wouldn't be as weird as having Sylvester.
Yeah.
But it's still fucking
it's
brutal.
Still weird, yeah. Dude, my neighbor, he had a Wrangler, and he loved, growing up, he loved his Wrangler. I was a kid. I was probably 7 or 8, and he had on the back tire.
Yes.
They had the covers, and he had airbrush. That was when airbrush just got invented or whatever. Airbrush became cool. He had Taz on the wheel cover. And
My wife
I thought it was cool. Looking back, I'm like, that dude needed some fucking help for sure.
Yeah.
My wife loves Marvin the Martian, though. She has like ornaments for the tree.
That's another big one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll give
But
you
no
that.
cats.
I got
mention
one.
the tree.
Oh, sorry, go.
To mention
Oh,
the
yeah.
trees,
Here we go.
To mention the tree, since you brought up the Christmas tree, Paul, do you have any colored lights on your Christmas tree?
No.
Oh,
All white lights?
Paul,
Paul, they all white lights.
No, they're not.
Ah.
They're not all white. They're
What
not
do you
all
got?
white. Oh shit! I'm trying to think. I think they're. No, my wife got weird ones like the teal and purple shits. Like
That's okay.
got some like it's like like I don't want to say classy, but they're not like the typical. But we have 2 trees. We have an upside down tree upstairs.
Sorry, 2 trees. And that's got to be an Italian thing. Are they? So the upside down one's fake.
The upside down one is, so we have this room upstairs. You'll see it. It's like a tealish green. It's like the sit down room that nobody goes in.
Gotcha.
Dude,
Okay.
Italians love Christmas. Catholic Italians fucking love them some fucking Christmas, boy. Love
Italians also love a room that they decorate to the skies and don't let anybody fucking sit in. They love that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I had a friend growing up. He had like a white. You had to like. We used to say you had to dip your feet in holy water to walk in there.
Dude, a white room. All Italians always had a white room white room with black trim and shit.
I love that. My wife is like German and Scandinavian, and it was her idea for the upside down tree just because it's like this. It's almost like a decorative piece, but it's sick, dude. Like the presents are on the top because it's upside down, and it looks.
I don't think I see it.
I
don't think I've seen it. Yeah.
I'll send you guys a picture of it. But then downstairs we have the typical. Either cut it down or have one that was freshly cut, and we do all the ornaments. The kids put them on, and then the lights are. I want to say the lights are different color, but not typical. I'll find that out for you too.
You know what we're talking about, right? Remember growing
I do.
up?
Yes, I do. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Another question.
Those trees were garbage.
Yeah.
Do you you can do whatever the fuck you want with another tree as long as you have the proper, real American tree, right? This is American Christmas, baby. We're doing it right. You can do that. So anything else, if you have another tree, that's great. But do you put tinsel on the tree?
No.
Oh, dude, tinsel is fucking trash.
What about popcorn? You put popcorn on the tree, Paul?
My wife won't allow any of that.
Good.
She runs a tight ship.
Yeah. No popcorn, nothing. It's just ornaments and lights. We don't do that spray snow shit.
Oh, dude, that shit. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's put chemicals inside just so it looks like it snowed in here when everybody knows it didn't, you fucking dummy.
Yeah, never have I walked into one of those houses like, holy shit, do you guys have a blizzard in here? You fucking jerk.
You guys got a hole in the ceiling?
Yeah, and Paul, since you brought that up, just to put your mind at ease about who is actually asking you these questions.
Yeah.
My dad used to put up trains around our Christmas tree, Lionel trains. And the one year we didn't have any fake snow to sprinkle on it, so we used instant mashed potatoes.
No, he didn't.
He did. So that's who you got asking these questions. That's how I know there was AstroTurf on your porch.
Holy shit.
Dude, Foley is from like a long generation of central Pennsylvania hillbillies, okay?
I'd love Foley to go on like a first date and be like, sweetheart, I got a few questions. Listen, before we order this shrimp, okay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about where you grew up.
Before we get to the appetizer, the sampler.
Do you or do you not drink skim milk?
Say that again?
No, I was kidding. But do you drink skim milk?
I'll put skim milk in coffee sometimes and cereal sometimes. But now I'm lactose intolerant, so I have to use the lactate milk.
Not bad. Not bad. I'll give you that.
It's a premium, spending a couple of bucks on it. Growing up, did you guys ever have Cheez Whiz in your house?
No, my wife used Cheez Whiz for a certain dip sometimes, but only for a special dip that she makes. But we're not a regular Cheez Whiz. No.
If you're there was a decade in my life where there was just like Cheez Whiz all the time in the house, and it was fucking A-okay by me.
But when I am in Philadelphia, I go whiz.
Whiz. Yeah. Come on. Well, you're not a fucking jerk off, Paul. You're a good guy. I know you.
Yeah,
He's a stand-up fella over here. Come on. I just got one more.
Me too, I think.
Go ahead.
Does anyone in your family drink Sutter home wine?
No.
Okay.
No. You know, man. We went to Houston. You don't fucking, if that shit is not, if you're drinking wine for $12.99 or less, I can't fuck with you. If your wine, you got to go $20 has got to be minimum.
Paulie's spending big bucks over here on the wine.
No, you can find a nice bottle of a $12, $13 wine.
Don't take it to the Virzi household, I'll tell you that much. Because Paul's going to be Googling it when you show up. He'll be like, this fucking cocksucker only paid $14.99 for this shit.
I'll be like, let me scan the barcode.
I got the app. I got that app. I got that Google app. I scan it, and he goes, this fat. He's in talking shit. This fat.
I'm like, this is from Syracuse, not the Napa Valley. Some fat fucking hillbilly stepped on these grapes.
Probably had their shoes on when they did it.
Yeah, fucking scumbag.
Got a shoelace in my wine, these people.
I think I got a pebble in this one.
Fucking $9.99. No, I mean, listen, I know you can find an $11 bottle, but it's like, I'm not going to become a fucking, discoverer. I mean, it's just like you pony up a little more cash and you get better fucking grapes.
Dude, if that's not the motto of Paul Virzi, I don't know what. Spend a couple extra bucks, you get a better product, baby.
I will never understand for the life of me. And this is the thing. Even broke people, and I know you guys got to go, but let me just get this out.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
The funny thing is when you say to people, right, hey, man, just spend the extra $5 or just spend the extra $6 and get the better one. And they're like, oh, well, easy for people to say when they have money. And it's like, no, I see you with the pack of cigarettes, dickhead.
Sure.
You
can save $5 elsewhere.
With the fucking candy wrappers. I see you with all the shit that you're buying that if you would take away that garbage, then you can fucking splurge a little bit. See, that's the way to do it. It's
Sure.
always an excuse for that. It's like, oh, I'm going to save to be a fucking alcoholic. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I feel better.
I'll give you that, Paulie. I don't know, man. I'm a pretty classy guy. It's still holding up with me, Kippy. I don't know about you. I just got one last question, and I hope this doesn't sink the ship. Do you collect any sports memorabilia?
No, I don't. I don't collect sports memorabilia. When I was little, I had baseball cards. I've given them to my son. I did have like NFL people that are cool with have given me stuff, and one I sold for $100 on a gambling debt. And
Why'd
you
tell me that?
It was they gave it to me, and a buddy of mine was. I was like, he's like, you owe me $100 for the thing. I was like, dude, I got the Eli Manning ball. So he took that. But no, I don't have like, I'm not a collector of things like that.
So you weren't like on a Saturday fucking not hanging out with your kids, but like waiting in line at some convention center for Mookie Wilson's autograph or some shit like that?
Never.
Nice.
And the only way I would do that is if my son or daughter was like a big fan of a guy and he was like at a shop near our house, and I'd be like, yeah, but no, nothing like that.
Thank God. Fucking, I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Virzi, all fucking class in my.
But I did get arrested young.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens.
That gets expunged when you're 18.
Okay.
Yeah, from 18 on, it's like as you're an adult, if you're making bad decisions from 18 on, you're all class. Before
and stop
that,
confessing to things. As far as you know know. Nothing happened.
Yeah, what the fuck? Paul,
You and your grandmother's all day stirring the sauce. If anybody asks any questions.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't like have an interrogation at a station be done and me go, no, get back here for a second. Maybe I was inside. Let's talk.
Yeah. You guys want to know who shot Kennedy? Get back here.
Oh, my God. Paul Virzi, thank you so much, man.
Thanks so much, man. It was a fucking awesome time.
Oh, dude, I had the best time with you guys, man. I love you guys. Anytime I'll do it. And
awesome.
I love to plug it for you guys as much as I could because I think it's a dope show.
Great,
Thank
man.
you,
Yeah,
we'd
we'll send you
appreciate
everything.
that.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want the gang out there to know that they might not know?
Well, right now, I'm launching it on Monday, but it's available now. I got a brand new YouTube channel. It's got one of my stand-up from my special. It's got new stand-up. It has the new Virzi effect, which is a lot of video and stuff like that. So that's on there. But you can see me in the Pete Davidson movie, which is coming out. I guess we don't know if that's coming out during this now or if it's going to come out in the fall, but I'll obviously make that announcement. And yeah, man, I got some stand-up stuff that is now being rescheduled for the fall, hoping that could happen. And my first theater date is June 27th at the Wilbur, and we just don't know yet. So
that's a big one.
That's a big one, and it would be a sin if it gets postponed. But if it gets postponed, we'll have a new date. But I'll obviously post that too. But you could go to paulvirzi.com and go to my YouTube channel, see everything.
Dope.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, man.
Kippy, you got anything for the gang?
Yeah, just as you, again, make sure you rate, review, subscribe as we get this thing off the fucking ground. You know, tell a friend. You comment, you tweet us, you DM us. We interact, all that shit. So we appreciate it. At Kevin Ryan Comedy on all social media.
Awesome. Guys, at H Foley on Ice on Twitter and at Foleygrams on Instagram. Paul, thank you again so much. We really appreciate you
guys
coming
are the
on
best,
the show,
man.
buddy.
Seriously.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
You guys are the best. I'll talk to you soon.
All
See
right,
you,
bro.
boys.